Yes.
Spend a Monday afternoon, the fans filing into Yankee Stadium, where it is time for baseball. As the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the New York Yankees against the Tampa Bay Rays. Final game of a 4-game set from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball, along with Paul O'Neill. I'm Michael Kay. Well, the Yankees have lost 2 in a row against the Rays. They need a victory today to split this 4-game set, and they'll send out the man they need to have a victory, and that is Carlos Rodon.
Well, Carlos Rodon got off to a great start after a subpar year last year with injuries and just coming over to the Yankees. But all of a sudden, you thought he was going to bounce back and be the guy that they signed, and he got off to a great start, as we said. But recently, things have changed. He's having a little more trouble. He's not as efficient, and all of a sudden, the ball's starting to leave the yard. Carlos Rodon has a big opportunity to turn this series around with a split for the Yankees and a big start after the All-Star game.
Well, speaking of splits, check this out right now. First 14 games, 2.93 ERA. Opponents hit 216 against them. Last 6, though, 9.67. Opponents hit 336 against them. Most importantly, 3 home runs allowed per 9 innings in the last 6. Now, speaking of home runs, he's going to have a tough chore today to keep Randy Arozarena in the yard, because this series he's done a lot of damage. This season he has.
Yeah, he burst on the scene back in 2020 in the playoffs, and all of a sudden everybody knew who this guy was. Well, he always has known who the Yankees. 15 career home runs, 5 this year, and 3 in this series alone. Everything's been a way to him. You're going to have to show him inside to get him off the plate. Carlos Rodon has his hands full today.
Yeah, for some reason, Arozarena just owns the Yankees. This year in 12 games, 5 homers and 10 ribbies. The rest of Major League Baseball, in 84 games, they've held him to 10 home runs and 25 ribbies. Well, the Yankees have done their share of losing of late. Nobody likes it, particularly them. Well, it was a somber clubhouse yesterday after the game. Meredith Marakovits has more when we return on Yes.
For some afternoon baseball here on Yes. Series finale between the Yankees and the Tampa Bay Rays is coming your way in just a few minutes. Hey everyone, I'm Meredith Marakovits. The Yankees suffered yet another tough loss yesterday. In fact, the last 31 games have been brutal. They're just 10-21 during that stretch. That is the second worst record in Major League Baseball. Despite the fact that it has not been going their way, the guys in that clubhouse are not panicking. They still believe, they're confident in this group to turn things around and get the job done.
We're 2 games now out of first in our division. So we got some work to do, but I think it's just about trying to simplify it, don't listen to outside noise, and and just take care of what we can inside this room.
Kind of getting tested right now, right? You know, it hasn't been the funnest. It's been a little bit of a struggle, but, you know, that's what this game is. This game's up and downs, and, you know, we all know it's hard, so we just got to keep working and go about our business.
You know deep down what you're capable of. I feel like you can withstand these times, and I feel like every guy in this room knows what they're capable of. So I don't think it's going to last long, and it's just something that we have to continue to come out here and keep battling, keep competing, and hopefully the tides turn in our favor pretty soon.
Aaron Judge went on to say he felt like the offense was pressing a little bit at times. He said they need to get back to what made them so successful early in the season, just taking it one at-bat at a time and passing the baton to the guy behind him in the order. Plenty more to come here on the Yes Network. When we get back, the Yankees will try to turn things around with Carlos Rodon on the mound, Michael Kay and Paul O'Neill back next after the break.
Opt into the $5 front rows promotion right now. A $5 same game parlay bet enters you into a drawing to win 2 front row seats to a Yankees game. Restrictions may apply. By Buick, visit your local Tri-State Buick dealers. And by Yale New Haven Health, powering medical breakthroughs. There's a lot of camp kids here. You can see the patches of seats with same color shirts, and that's always happening day game, weekday, and it's a great sight. You also hear just higher pitched cheers during days like this, Paul.
Yeah, it's funny. When I came to play with the Yankees, my kids, they ended up going to day camp, and they did these trips. My camp when I grew up, Mike, was the backyard. I mean, camp's big up here. Camp is big and getting bigger. The Yankees have taken the field. They're trying to split this 4-game set. Here's the Rays starting lineup brought to you by TikTok. Ahmed Rosario, the DH, leads off. Then it's Paredes and Meade to round out the top 3. You got to stop a Rosarena with all his home runs against the Yankees. Then Lau and Siri. And the bottom third of the order, Caballero, DeLuca, and Alex Jackson will catch and bat ninth. The guy they will face is the left-hander Carlos Rodon, making his 21st start, 9-7 with a 4.63 ERA. Let's check out the Nissan Pitchers Scouting Report.
Well, you got to break the streak. The Yankees are 0-6 in his last 6 starts, and before that, they were 11-3. So that's a huge difference in the rotation. You got to get by the first. I mean, there's no secret about this. He has allowed 19 runs in the first inning of his 20 starts. So it seems like he's always digging himself out of a hole. Is his rest good? Well, we'll see. He's pitching on 7 days rest. He should be ready for a good one today to hopefully even up this series for the Yankees.
Let's check out the Yankees defense presented by Defender. It's Verdugo, Grisham, and Soto left and right in the outfield. In the infield, it's LeMahieu, Volpe, Cabrera, and Rice. That's third to first. Judge the DH, and Austin Wells behind the plate catching Rodon. It's time now to check out the keys to the game, brought to you by your local Kia dealers.
Well, the Yankees are going to try to even it up. They are 6-6 against the Rays this year. The split today of this series, you would take the season series. That's never a bad thing. And pitching in, as I look at Anthony Volpe since the All-Star break, 4 hits, a couple stolen bases yesterday. Maybe he's turning the corner offensively. And expecting Holmes, Clay Holmes. He hasn't pitched in 7 days, so you would expect to see him at some point during today's game.
Game time weather presented by Bigelow, the official hot tea of the Yankees. It's 82, but it feels like 93. Slight chance of rain. Humidity 66%. The wind is blowing from right to left. Well, you're all set up. Game 4 of this set. Rosario's ready. Rodon is ready. Let's do it here in the Bronx. First pitch is a strike. We're underway. Junior Valentine, the home plate ump. Quinn Wolcott at first. He's the crew chief. Manny Gonzalez at second. Edwin Jimenez is at third. Paul mentioned the first inning blues for the Yankees. It's happened. Over the first 70 games, they gave up 22 first inning runs. Last 31 games, they've given up 25 first inning runs. And that's a good start as Rosario down on strikes.
Yeah, when you look at the first inning woes, you look at a lot of fastballs, and Carlos Rodon throws a lot of fastballs. He gets a good swing and a miss with a breaking ball there. So important today, these first couple innings, to give the offense an opportunity to try to get a lead. They just look like a different team when they score early.
There's a strike to Paredes. We just have news given to us about the umpiring crew. Phil Cuzzy is at second, as Manny Gonzalez is not on the crew today. So Phil Cuzzy at second base. 1-on-1 to Paredes now. Rodon has given up 19 first inning runs in 20 starts, and he has an 8.55 first inning ERA. Everybody talks about the Yankee offense, which has stumbled, but when you look at their numbers over this stretch where they've lost so many games, it's 13, so it's about middle of the order. Their slugging is way down, but the culprit has been the starting pitchers.
Right.
I mean, their ERA is about a 6.35 in this stretch of 31 games. And I asked Aaron Boone about it. He said, it's the home runs.
Yeah, the balls are leaving the ballpark. I mean, you see 8 home runs from Tampa Bay the last 2 games, and this isn't even a home run hitting team. I mean, I think Tampa Bay's even shot.
And he said, it's not like we're going to pitch around people. We have to attack the strike zone, but we have to attack it smartly and not put it in a place where people can hit the ball out.
Well, we said yesterday, the mistakes all seem to be leaving the ballpark.
Yep.
And, instead of giving up the single or the double, you're giving up an immediate run by hanging a curveball or a cutter.
And the 3-2. Let's see what Junior Valentine's all about. Love the name. Pitcher friendly. More outside strikes, more strikes up and down. Junior in his 5th major league season. Fly ball right field. Soto says, I have it. He does. 2 away. I'd like to hang out with a guy named Junior Valentine. You meet your friends. There's my buddy Junior Valentine.
So, I got your joke. You love Valentine, but, Junior's kind of a cool thing, too.
The whole thing works. Yeah. The whole thing works. Here's Curtis Mead. The 1-0 from Rodon. 2-0. The Rays are 50-49 on the season, but since June 19th, they're 16-10, which is the second best record in baseball to the Astros, 19-7. And right now, the Rays, although just 1 game over 500, are 4.5 games behind Kansas City for the 3rd wild card spot.
It's amazing to me, Michael, how important it is to get off to a good start. It's almost like a new season. I mean, you can really dig yourself a hole or get right back in it when you start this second half. For instance, I was watching the Red Sox last night. They had battled their way back in, and then you get swept by the Dodgers. Now, are you in it anymore? Who knows? So it's It's almost like the NBA, you know, just starting the second half. You either win or lose the game the first couple minutes of the second half.
Well, first inning goes well for Rodon and the Yankees. He retires the Rays in order, and the Yankees coming to bat. Go down in order. Now it's the Yankees' turn. So let's take a look at how they line up. Their starting lineup is brought to you by TikTok. Yankees come in at 59 and 42. Ben Rice leads off, and Juan Soto has had a great series bat second. Aaron Judge, well, he's Aaron Judge. He's going to hit third in DH. Middle third of the order, Wells, Volpe, and Verdugo. Verdugo continuing to struggle. Bottom third of the order, Oswaldo Cabrera replacing Labor Torres at second today. Trent Grisham in center, and DJ LeMahieu returns to the lineup. He'll bat ninth, and he's going to play third base. And they're going to face the right-hander Zach Littell, making his 20th start. It's been a mixed bag for him, and Paul will tell you about it. We check out the Nissan pitcher scouting report.
Yeah, it's a mixed bag. Is this the right time? Well, it looks like it. He's a solid pitcher, but his ERA since mid-June has been really, really high, well over 5. And uncharted waters might have something to do with it. He has already hit a career high in innings pitched this year at 101. His previous high was 90. And serving sliders, 36% of his pitches are sliders. 5th highest in the major leagues.
And the first pitch to Ben Rice is a strike. One and one. So Littell is 28 years old. He's kind of in unusual territory for him. 101.3 innings pitched. That's coming into today. He threw 90 last year. I don't think teams are as religious about jumping innings as they were in the past. They have all these Soto cameras and other points of analysis that they can see if a guy's tiring, dropping his arm. They don't look at those numbers that much anymore. It's not like the Jabba rules days.
I was going to say, the Jabba rules are non-existent now?
No, they are not. You're right. I mean, just look with Luis Hill.
Yeah. He seems to have rebounded. His last few starts been much better, which is always good.
And Rice goes down on strikes. Check out the defense presented by Defender, Arozarena, Siri, and DeLuca. That's left to right in the outfield. Infield, it's Meade, Caballero, Lau, and Paredes. That's third to first. Rosario, the DH. Alex Jackson behind the plate. So here's Juan Soto. He's 8 for 13 in this series. And a strike. Yankees are 10 and 21 in their last 31 games. Second worst mark in baseball. Only the White Sox have a worse record at 10 and 22. Oh and 2.
Well, you're going to see a lot of this in Littell. I mean, he's not afraid to throw strikes. 6th highest strike percentage ratio on pitches. He wants you to hit the ball. You're not going to see him overpower anything. He's around the plate. He wants you to hit the ball early in the count, couple pitches, and hopefully he uses defense.
Swing and a miss. Blew it right by Soto for out number 2.
see the four-seam fastball just outside the strike zone up, and Juan Soto just under it.
Here's Aaron Judge, 4 for 10 in the series. Goes upstairs and swings through 0-1.
Back to the lime green, Michael.
Yeah. And 2, cooking up something special with Hexclad. 335 home runs, 89 ribbies through 101 team games. You see the guys that have done it, other than Judge, pretty good group. Join the hybrid revolution at hexclad.com. Last time it happened, Alex Rodriguez. That was in 2007, other than Judge.
When you bring up Alex Rodriguez, and I actually was thinking of this last night with Aaron Judge. I mean, Alex Rodriguez until 2009, obviously with the Yankees, where he became a World Series champion. I mean, he, like in Texas, just overachieved offensively, but didn't have enough around him, to win. And you almost feel like Aaron Judge is in that same boat where he just is doing everything possible as a player.
1-2. 2-2. Wells on deck. Swing and a miss. What an inning for Zach Littell. He strikes out Rice, Soto, and Judge. 3 up, 3 down. In an emphatic way, we go to the second. Let's check out FanDuel's live same-game parlay. Now, you can catch an upcoming Yankees game from the best seats in the house. Just opt in to the $5 front rows promo and bet a $5 same-game parlay on any MLB game to be entered into a drawing to win 2 front row seats to a Yankees game. Restrictions may apply. So here's Randy Arozarena, 6 for 13 in this series with 3 home runs. And a strike. 3 home runs, 2 doubles, 4 ribbies on the season. 13 for 47 against the Yankees. That's 277, but 212 overall. So he certainly feels comfortable against Yankee pitching.
Yeah, Garrett Cole started the series off really exploiting, the slider off the plate away, and it looks like the rest of the pitchers have tried to pitch him that way, but not able to get it off the plate, and he's just wearing them out. And that's a good pitch, just to show him, I'll throw the ball inside to get him away from just looking out over the plate. four-seam fastball, but located exactly where you want it, up and in under the hands. And you could tell, you know, when you're leaning out over the plate looking for the ball away, no way to stay back and wait for that ball and turn on it.
Brandon Lau getting a start against the left-hander, takes outside. He's 1 for 8 in this series. The Rays really do well against left-handed starters. 17-8 when a southpaw starts the game. Only the Guardians and the Dodgers are better.
Now they really stacked the lineup with righties. He's got so many options. Brandon Lau right here, the only lefty in the lineup today. They did the same thing against Nestor.
He looks better against lefties with those numbers. He's one of the few lefties that Kevin Cash feels comfortable with against lefties, and he sits him against occasional left-handers as well. (3-1). There's ball 4, so Lau works a walk. First base runner of the game. The MLB Ballpark app will complete your next visit to your favorite ballpark. Buy and manage game tickets, redeem offers, access exclusive content, much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today.
That's why I always feel like, you know, just to stack it with righties, it can almost, and we talked about it yesterday, almost be an advantage to the pitcher. Once you get certain pitches working against right-handers, now it all changed. Wow, he could not get the ball on the outside part of the plate, missed with it 3 times, just because of the different look of a left-handed hitter.
Here's Siri. And there's strike. Siri celebrating his 29th birthday.
So is Meredith, Michael. Her 29th birthday is today also.
Happy birthday to Meredith Marakovits, our colleague.
Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it.
For saying happy birthday or for saying you're 29?
29. It's amazing. I've had this job for 13 years. I love my job. And I'm only 29, Paul.
It's amazing.
How that works.
You just got a quick start on life, that's all.
Swing and a miss. Siri down on strikes.
I tell you what, Carlos Rodon, I don't know the percentages so far, but I thought it was really important in the first inning to get away from just fastball, fastball, fastball. He's really used his breaking ball early in the game. It's been effective, and that will make his fastball even better as the game goes on. When guys got it in their mind that he's going to use other pitches.
You realize, Paul, that Meredith is essentially our Joe Nuxall. She started at 16.
That's right.
Yeah.
People don't know Joe Nuxall, an announcer in Cincinnati, actually pitched in the major leagues at 15 years old.
During the war years, right?
Yeah, nobody was home. He was just sitting on the end of the bench. You want to play? And I said, Nuxie, how'd you do? Well, we don't want to talk about that. It took him a while to get back after he got beat up a little bit, but at 15 years old, you might be a little nervous throwing in the major leagues.
I think, right? Lau was going on the pitch, and Caballero fouled it away.
Still today, and Joe Nuxall used to go off the air, rounding third, heading for home. And that's what it says on the top of the stadium.
I like
Cincinnati. Yeah.
1-1. Broken bat, ground ball. Force at second. That'll do it. 2 shutout innings for Carlos Rodon as the Rays strand 1. time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. And today's picture was submitted by Barbara. She's teaching her son Maddox all about being a Yankees fan. I love it. Got the cup, enjoyed the game. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride. Mention yes in pictures you post to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game. Yankees went down in order. All strikeouts in the first inning against Littell. Now it's Austin Wells leading off the bottom of the second. Yankees a little bit fortunate because as they've been struggling, guess what? So have the Orioles. Orioles have lost 6 of 9. They're 11-14 in their last 25. So just 2 games separate the Orioles and the Yankees at the top of the American League East. And you mentioned the Red Sox, who were creeping close. They just got swept by the Dodgers. 2 really tough games, Friday and Saturday. Yesterday was an impressive display by the Dodgers, particularly Ohtani, essentially hitting a ball out of Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, it doesn't happen too much. And when you see things like that.
That one's drilled to right field. Is it high enough? Yes, it is. See ya. Into the short porch. 1-0 Yanks.
That's a good sign right there. Austin Wells, 7th home run of the year. I saw him in the cage today. I said, how do you like this 4-hole? And he couldn't do anything but smile. This is really cool. And, he's getting a huge opportunity now, playing every single day. You love his swing, and he finally got to that ball down and in. They've been really throwing him down and in. You see it enough as a hitter, you're going to hit it.
Here's Volpe. And a strike.
All right, Michael, so let's break this down. You strike out Rice, Soto, and Judge. Look unhittable, and then first hitter in the second inning goes in the seats, huh?
That's the story of Zach Littell. He challenges you. Sometimes he'll get you. Sometimes you get him. And he's been gotten more than he gets them. That one's driven deep to left field. Rosarena turns and looks. See ya. Deep into the left field bleachers for Volpe. It's been a long time. Back-to-back for the Yankees. They lead 2-0.
Keys to the game. It looked like Anthony Volpe is kind of turning around offensively and stealing bases, and this is a big monkey off at his back. He's been waiting for a home run. It has been a while, Michael. But you know what? His 7th of the year makes everything go away.
And Anthony took his time running around the bases, and I think that's an answer to what the Rays did yesterday, which was really odd the way they really Cadillac'd it around, especially a guy like Siri who's struggling this year. The Yankees took notice. Judge took a long time, and this time Volpe pretty much walked around the bases.
Hey guys, it's funny. Volpe was actually asked about the lack of power this year the other day, and he said, if I believe in the process and I believe in the preparation and I have conviction as to my plan when I step into the batter's box, I know the power is going to come. And we just saw it right there, Paul.
Yeah, his approach this year is much better, obviously, up the middle to right center. And then the breaking ball, that's what you're going to do with it. A high pitch kind of spinning, and you'll end up hitting it in the seats anyway. Anthony Volpe, offensively, could be one of those guys who could be a real key, because we've talked about who's going to help Soto and Judge. Well, Volpe seemed to have turned the corner starting off the second half.
3-2 on Verdugo. Alex looking to get right. 3 for his last 39, 0 for his last 19, and 0 for 11 in this series. And he works a walk.
You look at Wells and see that ball was supposed to be down and in and didn't quite get there. That's number one. That put the Yankees on the board first. And then Anthony Volpe, same type of pitch, kind of a spinning breaking ball. So it's actually a split finger, but it just hangs right there off speed. And if your approach is the other way and you get something off speed, you end up pulling it anyway.
Cabrera takes a strike. This one went a long way. That's in the bleachers. One and one. Two of the younger Yankees getting them started with back-to-backs. That one is drilled to right field. DeLuca makes the play. One away.
It's the time of the game where you can really kind of try to put the pressure on Tampa. I mean, if you're Verdugo, try to get a good jump. Alex Jackson, backup catcher, throws fairly well, about 20%. Average in the major leagues is 23%. But, all of a sudden put some pressure on them. Make the defense move. You might get a cheap hit or a cheap run out of it. And try to put them away early.
I mentioned during the call, that's been a long time for Volpe. That's his first home run since May 16th.
Yeah. And you know what? Don't think he didn't know that. He could probably tell you the date better than you could. It's just the way it is as a player. You get frustrated. You want to hit a certain way, but you want everything to show up. I mean, to hit some home runs, to drive some doubles, singles, steal bases.
And Grisham bangs into a 4-6-3 double play. But the Yankees take the early lead, and they do it with power. First up, Austin Wells goes short porch. And then Anthony Volpe follows it with something that wasn't short porch, deep into the left field seats. And when it lands, it's 2-0 Yanks. Pitch to DeLuca is swung on and missed as we start the third inning. Yankees have a 2-0 lead. Back-to-back home runs by Wells and Volpe, couple of young Yankees. Unity by Hard Rock brings us to third inning. 0-2 on DeLuca. We talk about the bottom of the Yankee order. You look at the bottom of the Rays order. There's a lot of outs there, and the Yankees have hurt themselves by walking Taylor Walls and Alex Jackson. You have to go after this bottom of the order. The damage for them is at the top as DeLuca down looking.
Yeah, the games that they have lost, you're right on point, Michael. I mean, Alex Jackson, remember he hit the big 3-run homer, his second of the year. That was after a walk and then got 3-2 and a hitter's count to him. And I'll tell you, so far, Rodon today with that breaking ball has been extremely sharp.
Paul, after a walk to Walls, and then his previous plate appearance, they walked Jackson and he ended up scoring. So you got nobody to blame but yourself if you're going to mess around with the bottom of the order.
Mm-hmm.
Two on Jackson.
Well, I can't tell you how different Rodon looks to this point by kind of pitching backwards to his style, breaking balls early. Then you see late on the fastball because it just sets it up more. Instead of the old high school, I'm just going to throw it by you every pitch. Those days are over in the major leagues. Guys can catch up to any fastball if they know it's coming.
1-2.
That's unless you're John Flaherty, Michael. And, you throw it. I was mistaken when I said 6 no-hitters.
How mistaken were you?
He had 8 no-hitters.
Wow.
In Little League. That's all.
So you undersold John. He will not forget it.
Well, I was corrected, And I was corrected by Flash.
Cabrera goes into short right field to make the play. 2 outs. Back to the top of the order, and Ahmed Rosario. He struck out in the first inning, but coming into the game, 356 since May 30th against left-handed pitching. Yankees attempted to sign Rosario during the offseason, actually offered a lot more money than the Rays did, but he felt there was more playing time with the Rays than they would have been with the Yankees, and I'm telling you, he miscalculated. He didn't know about the injuries and things like that.
Yeah, that is where you don't hear that very often. You get a better offer from the Yankees, and you decide to go elsewhere just because you think you'll get more playing time. Obviously, everybody wants playing time, but opportunity to play for the Yankees on a team that has a chance to win, it'd be hard to turn away.
Line down the right field line, foul.
Solid year so far, too. I mean, inning over 300.
He might have been in the Cabrera role, and you didn't know that DJ was going to get hurt in spring training. Cabrera played an awful lot of time straight.
You know what? I can't emphasize enough. A lot of the things that happened early in the year, Cabrera had a ton of production out of the 9-hole, and that's when the Yankees were really getting off to a good start. He had a good little start for them and really helped them out offensively.
Still 2-2. Missed inside, 3-2. Well, Carlos has been economical so far. 2 outs into the third. 3-2 count on Rosario. Strike 3. Rosario down looking. A 1-2-3 inning for the Yankee left-hander Carlos Rodon. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Yankees up 2-0. Bias is brought to you in part by Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. By Bet365, whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. And by Hyundai, with a brand new Hyundai, there's joy in every journey. If you get to Yankee Stadium, you should check out the Yankee Museum. It's down the right field line. It's extraordinary, the stuff they have in there. Unity by Hard Rock as we go to the bottom of the third, 2-0 Yanks. And there's a strike to DJ LeMahieu, who was on the bench yesterday, back in the lineup today. Have you been in that museum?
Yeah, numerous times. And it's one of those places you go into and you think, I've seen it. Then you go back and you see something different. Yep. Or, oh, I forgot about this guy. One of the balls are signed. Yeah, it's a neat place to go, just every so often.
And in the center of it are two statues of Yogi Berra and Don Larson, 60 feet 6 inches away, as Larson's delivering the final pitch of the 1956 perfect game in the World Series. 2-2 on LeMahieu. LeMahieu is struggling, and he's trying to find it. He says, he's working. He said the fact that I'm on a great team makes it easier to come into the ballpark every day. But as he continues to struggles and you hear the boos, that becomes a thing. People start hearing it, then they start repeating it. And if he keeps making outs, he's going to hear more.
Yeah, you almost get to the point where you dread getting 2 strikes. You dread getting in big situations, and you never want to feel like that as a hitter. DJ LeMahieu has always stayed on his backside, but it looks like he's just coming off the ball a little bit, not driving it the way he's capable.
Rice fouls it away.
Guys, I talked to hitting coach James Rowson about DJ LeMahieu the other day, and he told me nobody works harder than DJ LeMahieu. LeMahieu was in the clubhouse yesterday, and he talked to the media, and he was asked about his confidence right now, and obviously he's been going through it. He said, but as long as I've played the game, whenever there were challenges that presented themselves, I've always come out on the other side in one way or another, so he's just going to keep showing up, keep working. He's had success throughout the course of his career, and he just needs to remember that. He was also asked whether or not he's fully healthy, and he said, yes, I'm healthy. I'm well enough to compete out there and have success. But as we know, it has been a struggle for him the last month.
There's some point in everybody's career where there's going to be a downturn. Father Time is undefeated, the old cliche. But the strange part is he was hurt at the beginning of last year, and he didn't have a good first half. But then when he finally got himself right physically, he had a really good second half and had a really good spring training before he broke his foot. So could he lose it that quickly, Paul?
I don't think so. I just think that there's so many things. Injuries can make you do things differently. Obviously, you think you're healthy. Maybe, you're a little beat up because of the injuries. But, you don't go from winning batting titles to hitting under 200. DJ LeMahieu's just done it for too long to give up on.
I just remember I spoke to Aaron Boone in the middle of spring training, and I always, sit down with him. First time I get, what do you like, what do you not? And he said, what's exciting? There's life in DJ's bat. The ball's jumping off his bat. His body looks lively. And then he broke his foot.
Right. And it wasn't, it was an injury. It was a foul ball.
Yeah.
It's not like he hurt it, running or something. It's, unfortunate. Because believe me, when he is right, you've seen the numbers he can put up offensively, and he is the perfect type of hitter for this lineup when he was hitting 300 and putting the ball in play and hitting the ball the other way.
Soto hits it the other way to left field. Rosarena is there, and Littell bounces back with a 1-2-3 inning, and we're going to go to the fourth. Yes is brought to you in part by Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta, keep climbing. We go to the fourth inning. The only base runner for the Rays, a walk to Brandon Lau in the second inning. 5 strikeouts for Rodon. Paredes steps in. Swings at the first pitch and lofts it to shallow left center field. Who's going to get it? It's going to be Verdugo. 1 out. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. Here's Curtis Mead. And a strike. Nice mix of pitches for Rodon. Keeping him off balance, not just pumping fastballs. That was 96 miles an hour. Tipped into the glove of Wells, 0-2. Chopped to first, Rice Fields. Will flip to Rodon, who beats Mead to the bag. 2 away. Well, up your fan engagement with Yes Rewards. Stream live games on the Yes app to earn badges and redeem for merch and gift cards. Go to the Yes app and start getting rewarded today.
Did you say fan engagement?
Fan engagement, yeah.
Word?
Yep, it is now.
Say Ute? Did you say
right along that same dictionary. Here is Randy Arozarena. And a strike. 7 days rest for Rodon, so he looks sharp. One and one.
Yeah, he went away there trying to throw that changeup because you will get that action if it's thrown properly away from Arozarena, and you want something to tail off the plate, not tail into him, even if it's outside. He's been able to handle the ball away, but the ball going away from him. The only way that Rodon could do that is with a good, solid circle changeup.
Lined, foul. Goes up and away, 2-2 on Arozarena.
Again, he struck Arozarena out inside last time, and he has not seen too many pitches inside in this series. If he'll go back to that or felt like he's shown him enough that he will come in.
And the payoff. High fly ball, left field, going back for Verdugo. He's on the track. He makes the play for the final out of a 1-2-3 inning here in the fourth. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. It's 2-0 Yanks. Well, tomorrow night on Yes, the Yankees begin a Subway Series rematch with the Mets. Coverage begins at 6 with Audi batting practice in the pregame. Then we'll have the call from here in the Bronx shortly after 7 on Yes and, of course, on the Yes app. Aaron Judge leads off against Zach Littell. And there's a strike. Judge struck out in the first inning.
You smelling a little revenge in the Subway Series? Sometimes things even out. You know, you got beat up at Citi Field. Now you got an opportunity to try to beat somebody up here at home.
That one is drilled to left field, and it's in there for base hit. Rosarena cuts it off before it gets to the wall, and he holds Judge to a single.
Well, Aaron Judge, again, puts himself in a spot, hits it hard, and when he hits it hard, it's either going in the seats or it's going to find some grass. He just is so consistent in his approach, in his swing.
So here's Wells. And he lost one to left field, and that is a base hit. Just makes the outfield grass. But he gets a single, and Judge moves to second.
You know, Meade was playing extremely shallow, in on the grass, almost taking away the bunt. You know, he had shown this the other nights, and big reason why this is an easy hit for Wells. Right off the label, but you know what? It plays for a single.
Here's Volpe. Homered his last time up, his 7th of the year. And a strike from Littell. First and second, nobody out. Knocks the mask off of Jackson with that foul ball, 0-2. It's quite a way to make a living.
It's fun putting that uniform on every day, but, you know, some guys don't have it that tough.
Judge doing some dancing up second.
It's like what Volpe does, kind of hop-stepping, trying to get into a good jump. All of a sudden you see Brandon Lau kind of inching over just to try to keep him a little close.
So did you see yesterday where Fairbanks said he balked on purpose to move the runner from second to third in the 9th inning? He said, because I don't want them giving signs at second. But he didn't balk him while Judge was up. So it was all right giving sign to Judge, but then he balked him when Wells was up.
Yeah, that's a little odd.
This doesn't make sense.
Well, you know what? It's a crafty move if you really thought that out. I mean,
right. So you should have done it when Judge was up.
Yeah, I mean, if you're that paranoid, even with the pitch com, I mean, pitchers are paranoid that you're given location or pitches or.
One of those paranoid pitchers is probably Roger Clemens.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he would call signs at the beginning of a game. Nobody was on base. And there are eyes everywhere. I said, so that's why guys get paranoid.
Some players are really good at that. I never got involved with it because I didn't want to relay something that wasn't true, and I really didn't want to know what was coming hitting either.
1-2. 2-2 on Volpe. The 2-2. Just missed outside. Littell staying his follow through. He wanted that call.
A two-seam fastball. Don't know that it ever got back to the corner. Close, though.
Very. Fly ball right field. On the run is DeLuca. And he can't make the play. It's a foul ball. Ball, wall, and player arrived at the same time.
I'll tell you what, this is such a tough play because you know you're going to hit that wall. And you see that part of the wall is concrete right behind the pad, so it does not give at all. Yankee Stadium, Fenway Park, a couple of these fields, is just no room in foul ground.
So Volpe gets himself another swing. No error on the play, of course, just a no play. The 3-2. Chop foul, good at bat for Volpe, battling. Anthony in this series is 5 for 11. Boy, Judge was almost halfway to third.
Yeah, he got caught in between. He thought he had a good jump. Littell had not gone to the plate, so he had to stop. Right there, he's going. No, once you get flat-footed, I don't care where you are, you've got to get back.
This is the 12th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. Swing and a miss. So Littell ends up winning that battle. One away.
We got a ball by him up in the strike zone. Anthony Volpe again. His approach usually with two strikes is the other way. You see him come around that a little bit, almost in a pull mode, and that's what he tried to get away from in the offseason.
So here's Verdugo. He walked in the second. Checks his swing, takes the ball, 1-0.
Another one of those innings, Michael. You get a couple guys on, nobody out. I mean, you got to cash in. Yesterday we saw those opportunities early in the game. Probably cost the Yankees a big difference from winning and losing the game.
Now, we've given you the numbers on Verdugo's struggles, last 28 games that he won 43, but during that time, his batting average on balls in play is a really low 170, second lowest in baseball. So that leads people to believe that he's hitting in bad luck. Now, whether or not that's true, I don't know how quantifiable it is. If you watch every bat, I mean, he's had some bad luck like that line drive in the first, but he's also rolled over on a lot of balls, too.
A lot of ground balls, yeah. And that when you're rolling over ground balls, that usually comes from a mechanical thing where you're just not quite getting to it. And you know, he's a contact hitter, so he doesn't really have a slight uppercut where he's going to elevate the ball a lot. So if he's on his front side or a little behind, it's going to end up in a ground ball.
With Dinger Tuesdays, you can turn dingers into dollars all summer long on FanDuel.
Well, Kyle Snyder, in the middle of the at-bat, goes out and talks with Littell. Count 2-1 on Verdugo.
Michael, I feel like I know that girl. I've never met her in my life. We see her every day. Right?
Every day. Fair ball. Touches the bag at first for the second out as the runners move up. Paredes played a pretty good first base in the series.
Yeah, that's a short hop. That's a tough play. And Verdugo thought it was foul, never left the box. But again, a short hop. I don't know. I mean, that's extremely close. We'd have to get a different kind of angle. This is where the mind starts saying the world and the game's against what I'm trying to do. And again, an in-between hop that could easily end up down the line.
Second and third, 2 outs. Here's Oswaldo Cabrera, and there's a strike to Cabrera. Hit a line out to right field in the second inning.
He's coming into the game hitting the ball a lot better. Coming into the game 7 for his last 16, which is .438. So he's had some good swings.
And it's off the glove of Lau into right field. 1 run scores. 2-run score. It's a 2-run single for Cabrera, and it is 4-0 Yankees.
Well, again, he's been hot. And you put the ball in play, you find a hole on the right side. Ball comes up a little bit on Lau, but these are the types of plays and at-bats that completely change the game. Instead of being in the dugout up 2-0, now you're up 4-0 with an opportunity to do more.
So 2 ribbies for Cabrera and 29 on the season. Here's Trent Grisham. 0-1.
Cabrera doing the same thing at first base with a lot of movement, a lot of the hop steps, trying to just time Littell to get a good jump. Again, when you're up 4 runs, this is the time that you can put pressure and take a gamble.
0-2. Grisham having a conversation with Junior Valentine.
You better watch it. They started this the clock. Yeah, pretty good pitch.
Foul back. One and two. You know, on this date, 1998, Yankees beat the Tigers 13-2 to go 71-25. Are you kidding me? 71-25, Paul?
And you just brought some good memories back to me, Mike.
Wow.
That was just that magical year. Like I said, everybody had good years. Nobody got hurt. You just got to... You came to the ballpark and you just not only expected to win, but you kept winning.
Runner was going. Ball fouled away. 71-25. It was almost unfair.
It's not so bad, right?
No, not too bad. A lot of pressure, though, in postseason, would you admit it?
Absolutely.
It had to be validated with the title.
And not only, getting to the World Series, but putting away and winning the World Series.
And that win actually put you on a 120-win pace, but you cooled off in September.
Yeah, we started to rest a little bit, and all of a sudden, we kind of lost focus on not, playing the game, but just the habits we were in. And all of a sudden, you get to the playoffs, and you're like, who are we? Are we the team earlier or later? And thank goodness it was earlier because we ended up winning the World Series.
2 runs, 3 hits, 1 man left.
Yankees baseball on Yes. It's time for today's injury report, brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. John Birdie was here in the Bronx today. He's been on the IL since May 25th with a left calf strain. He had another PRP injection today. He said he's taking it day by day, guys. No timeline yet. He was doing full baseball activity, but still feels something in that calf, so he's going to continue to do that. He didn't really know his schedule the next couple of days, whether or not he'll go back down to Tampa or stay here in the Bronx. But a guy that the Yankees definitely want to get back to have some more versatility defensively at third base. But still, yes, new look Birdie, guys. What do you think of the mustache?
It looks fake.
He could work for W.B. Mason.
It's very Matt Carpenter-esque, right?
Lau takes a strike. 1-2. Lau's the only base runner for the Rays. He walked in the second inning. And there's a little Raleigh fingers look.
Would you guys ever consider that?
No.
I don't know if I could even grow a beard or a mustache, tell you the truth.
Swing and a miss. Lau down on strikes. I got enough against me, Meredith. I don't need to be growing a mustache.
What are you talking about? You're doing just fine.
So is Rodon with that breaking ball outside the strike zone again. I mean, he is on a roll, and I think it started in the first inning by kind of just changing the sequences of his pitches, you know, getting ahead with breaking balls and then going to the fastball back and forth, where he almost looks like, you know, he's got the Tampa Bay hitters off balance from where, you know, he's very predictable when he just fastball, try to get you the slider down and in.
The 1-0. 2-0. A strike on Siri, 2-1. Fly ball right field. Soto back on the track, looking up. See ya. Home run for Siri, and the Rays are on the board. That's their first hit. It's 4-1 Yanks.
Well, Siri's kind of backing it up. He's, you know what, he got in a hitter's count with the fastball, and he had just seen a fastball, had it timed up, and you see, it's irritating the Yankees. I don't think he was quite as slow as he was the other night, but still, the stop at third base and the salutes, and I don't know. I still like to look at the scoreboard if I'm a Yankee player and know we're winning 4-1.
You're losing. I mean, celebrate when you're winning.
Yeah.
I mean, they're acting like it's Mardi Gras in that dugout. You're losing the game. But I asked Aaron Boone about it today, and he said, it's a new world.
Mm-hmm.
He says he tries to look away. Well, the Yankee fans have gotten themselves a new enemy. They see it, and every time he does that nonsense between second and third, they really boo him. And I think he enjoys it. But it's also, it's tough to have a kick coming, because against the Red Sox, Verdugo hit a home run and styled around the bases, took 32 seconds, and then they asked Alex Cora, he said, when he did it for us, we didn't say anything, so we can't be hypocrites.
Mm-hmm. A great answer, really.
And Boone said a good answer today, too. He said, if our guys don't like it, don't give them home runs.
I'll tell you what, though, look at the other side of the coin. We're some of the longest home runs you ever dream about last night in Ohtani. And he hit it, he watched it for a second, and he ran the bases. It's amazing. Aaron Judge, for the most part, drops his head, runs the bases. Like, what's the old saying your father used to say? Act like you've been there before?
Yeah. That was Barry Sanders' line, too.
Yeah.
Hand the ball to the official. Two. Still 2-2.
An off-speed pitch, a changeup, and just fouled back.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Caballero down on strikes.
There's the pitch to Siri. Fastball supposed to be up and in. Kind of goes out and away. Kind of the same pitch he hit the other day. But it's about location. And you say what Aaron said. Don't give up home runs. When you don't execute the pitch exactly the way you want as a pitcher, you don't expect to always give up home runs, but you expect to get the ball hit hard, which it was.
Still running.
Yeah.
You know what we're becoming, Paul? And I don't like it. The old men shouting at clouds. We just got to shut up. This is the way it is. And if the players don't stop it, who are we to say anything?
Mike, remember when Ozzie Smith used to take the field and he'd do the backflip?
Yeah.
It won't be long. We'll be guys coming around third doing backflips, cartwheels.
You know what? You're joking, but it'll happen.
It's happening in the NFL, right?
Yep. And I'll tell you what, if Kevin Cash tried to stop it, he'd be the bad guy.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, the managers aren't allowed to always say what we're allowed to say. Michael, say what you want to say. We're
halfway through. 4-1 Yanks. It's time to name that Yankee, brought to you by Prevagen, the #1 pharmacist-recommended memory support brand. This is a tough one, but 947 hits, 137 home runs, 522 ribbies. Played for the Yankees in 09, so on the championship team. And on the Rays in 08. Most of his time with the Blue Jays.
I'm going to get this. I took my Prevagen early today, Michael. It's going to kick in today.
Well, let's see.
All right. I'm going to write it down for you.
Deep to left field off the bat of LeMahieu. Going back for Rosarena. That ball is gone. The first home run of the year for LeMahieu. And the Yankees lead 5-1.
said it, Michael. First home run of the year. What a relief for DJ LeMahieu. And you can see his teammates. I mean, they are happy as he is. Just to see this guy get a good swing, drive one in the seats. That's kind of plants a seed in your mind. Like, hey, you know what? I can still do this. It is possible.
There's Ben Rice. Boy, did he ever need that.
Well, off the bat, you knew it was a possibility, a breaking ball. Look at this home run trot, huh, Michael? How do you like that?
That broken 0 for 18. Rice grounds one to second. Lau. One away.
Hotel gave him something he could catch up with. A breaking ball didn't have much bite on it, but right off the barrel of the bat. Boy, I'll tell you, if you're DJ LeMahieu, you had a good view going down first baseline, just hoping that thing gets in the seats.
Soto grounds it foul. Line drive, it's a base hit the other way. Slowly rolling down the line as Soto will go for two and get himself a double.
Well, good hitters get jammed, Michael, and I consider Juan Soto not a good hitter, but a great hitter, and he has a level swing, so even on a jam shot, you see where this ball probably hits a foot from his hands, way in on the label, but with a level swing, you're still able to kind of force it the other way for a base hit instead of a weak ground ball or a short fly ball.
So here's Judge, runner at second, 2 outs. Or 1 out, check that. We're in the bottom of the 5th. It's 5-1 Yanks. And a strike to Judge. He's 1 for 2 today. Single and a run scored. He played Soto. He's got 90 ribbies. The play in front of DeLuca as Soto stays put.
Boy, that was almost an unbelievable collision. Siri gets such a great jump on the baseball. DeLuca had already made his mind up, and as he goes behind him, if not, that's going to get ugly.
Here's Austin Wells, who is 2 for 2, a home run and a single, 2 runs scored. 5-1 Yankees. Check out Coors Light beating the pressure. And Wells, last 29 games, 268 hitter, OPS of 933. That's the best by any American League catcher during that time. Grounded and grabbed by Lau. And that'll do it. But the Yankees get a run, and it's a run that's bigger than just a run. DJ LeMahieu has been struggling. Has not had a home run all year. He has one now, and the Yankees have a 5-1 lead. Thank you, Bob. The fifth inning recap brought to you by Audi and the 2024 Audi Q5. Visit your local Tri-State Audi dealer today. Zach Littell has given up 7 hits and 5 runs. He struck out 6, walked 1, 5 innings of work. Carlos Rodon has been very good. Just that one mistake, a home run. 8 strikeouts, 1 walk through 5. He's getting ready to start the 6th inning as this one's moving right along on the Montefiore Einstein scoreboard. 5-7-0 Yanks, 1-1-0 for the Rays. So, Bob was just talking about the Ohtani home run. I'm sure you saw it. It was pretty amazing.
Unbelievable. And the thing that I remember taking batting practice in Dodger Stadium, and you'd hit some of your best shots, and they would go maybe halfway up the bleachers. I mean, that ball hit the top of the roof or completely out. He was only the second left-handed hitter. I had James Smythe look up that. Willie Stargell did it twice in his career. Now, the right-handers that have done it, Mike Piazza, Mark McGuire, Stanton when he was with the Marlins, and Tatis Jr. So, it's not like it happens a lot. Boy, that was something.
He's probably going to be the first DH to win the MVP.
Yeah, I mean, when you looked at I looked at his numbers last night when they flashed on the graphic, and they're very Judge-like, but even, unbelievable numbers. But Aaron Judge, 5 more home runs? I mean, it just puts into perspective how much better these guys are offensively.
The closest any DH, full-time DH, came to being in MVP was Ortiz finished second once, and Edgar Martinez finished third. Judge has been DHing a lot with the injury to Stanton, but for the most part, he's played the field. Lights are on again as it's overcast here at the stadium, and these 3 games, the electric company's made some money because the sun is not cooperating. That one is looped and in for a base hit just to the right of center field. Rosario picks up a 1-out single.
Now, again, I mean, I jam shot, but because it's kind of a level swing, able to line it into the outfield. Good, solid pitch. Got in on him where he wanted. Broken bat single.
And a strike to Paredes. And another one, 0-2. Paredes with a fly ball to right and fly ball to left. Yankees want to get him out of town before he heats up again because he has been in an extended slump. Made the All-Star game in the American League, but he has really cooled down of late. In this series, he's 1 for 14. Soto makes the play. So Rodon's been good. 2 outs into the 6th. His pitch count's in pretty good shape at 81. And here's Curtis Mead, 0 for 2.
Coming into this game, we went over, the Yankees 0-6, and there was a lot of negatives. But, a game like this, coming out in the second half, his first start, with an opportunity to try to even this series up, this is a great performance from Rodon.
Fly ball, right center, Grisham puts it away, and that'll do it. No runs ahead, and 1 man left. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Yankees up by 4. electric moment. Experience a fully electric Audi vehicle at your local Tri-State Audi dealer today.
Hanging breaking ball, and you saw his reaction like, yes, back on the board with the home runs. Aaron Judge, the top of the dugout. Yankees power stroke showing up today. Anthony Volpe part of it.
On your Einstein scoreboard, 5-1, bottom of the 6th. Volpe leads off. Pitches up and away. One and one. One thing about Littell, he will not walk. He has just one walk in the first 5 innings. 4.3% walk rate, 4th lowest. But he gives up a lot of hits. He pounds the strike zone.
Yeah, and Kevin Cash knows what he's going to get at him. He's going to get a guy that challenges people and, just hope they hit the ball at people. I mean, he's given up 5 runs so far, nobody up in the bullpen. And this is what you're going to get when you get Littell on the mound. You're going to get guys that he doesn't walk, doesn't kill himself, but you know what? Guys are going to hit a lot of balls hard off of him.
Actually was in the Yankee farm system for half a season in 2017. Won 14-1, 1.87 ERA, high A Tampa, double A Trenton. He's bounced around. Former 11th round pick in 2013 by Seattle out of high school. You know that old commercial when we were young, Thanks I Needed That?
Oh, yeah.
2 guys could say that today. Volpe won 255 plate appearances without a home run. DJ 237. Thanks I Needed That.
Yeah, no kidding.
Two and two. If you went a long time without hitting a home run, but you're still hitting, did it bother you?
Every once in a while, you start thinking, has my stroke changed where I'm not able to drive it out? And Mattingly used to get on me all the time. Another good at bat from Volpe, line to left field. I would say, I haven't hit a home run in a couple of weeks. It's just like, you're hitting the ball well. Stick with it. But you always want more as a hitter. And it's funny. You change one thing, you hit some home runs, you don't get as many hits. You hit a lot of hits, you always want a little bit more as a hitter. And again, another tremendous swing from Volpe there.
Volpe's had a really good series. He has 6 hits and 13 at-bats in these 4 games.
Some people really use the All-Star break to, just kind of reboot, get your mind back to where you were. And Volpe looks like he is one of those guys that just sat there. You kind of think of where you started, what's going on now, just kind of reboot and use that time to almost start the second season as a new season. And so far, so good for Volpe.
And Paul, he said he actually took 2 days in the All-Star break, completely disconnected, and then it was right back to thinking about it, right back to work. But he did need that little bit of decompression time to kind of get that all out of his system and then focus on the second half of the year.
Yeah, I was so happy to see him running yesterday with a couple stolen bases. Again, that's a big part of his game. If he can add that.
And there's a base hit for Verdugo. Boy, did he need that as Volpe advances to second.
I don't know if you saw his reaction coming out of the box, Michael, but I almost held my breath when he hit it hard that it was going to be caught. Then watch this. Finally, yes. This is what happens as a hitter. You don't think hitting's mental? Wow.
Well, you can literally see him take a deep breath there. That broke an 0 for 20 for him.
The funny thing is, though, Michael, he might get 10 hits in his next 20 at-bats, and then you'll look back and think, how did that ever happen? You wonder how these things happen when you change them. But boy, you see DJ with a home run. You see Volpe swinging the bat better. You have hopes that, this might be something for Verdugo. All of a sudden, this lineup becomes so much different than just Soto and Judge.
Tyler Zuber warming up.
Volpe's so good at stealing third, and he had a great jump there. Littell jumped off it, kind of like Aaron Judge. He had the base stolen, but Littell had not got into his windup yet.
In his young career, 16 for 16, stealing third base. He has 17 stolen bases this season.
Yeah, he's the only Yankee in double figures with 17 stolen bases. Almost like he drew so much attention on that first pitch that he had the base stolen that he given him a couple pitches where he did not even get into the hop, skip, and a jump where he tries to time the pitcher.
Saw those hot numbers for Cabrera. It was a 2-run single and 2 at-bats today. Volpe goes to third, pitch fouled off. He had it stolen, but obviously Cabrera had to protect with 2 strikes.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you know, you don't see him go very often just flat-footed, but he did right there. He just got a good secondary lead and just took off.
2-2. And the pitch. Popped up. Lau makes the play. They call the infield fly rule. 1 out. Follow Yes Network on TikTok for exclusive behind-the-scenes content, game highlights, and the latest Yankees news. Don't miss out. Join the ultimate sports community today. Here's Trent Grisham. One and 0. Runners go. They got him hung up. They went before he delivered, and Anthony has himself in a rundown. He'll get tagged out. And heading back to first is Verdugo.
And all this is Littell. He's really changing his timing. And when he goes to the plate, and he doesn't. Again, that little hop step, that it was kind of an inside move, and he got him. Like, you don't know how tired you're getting a rundown. It's almost like, get me out early, because you go jockeying back and forth. You go back to that dugout exhausted.
Well, that breaks the streak of stealing third base without being caught. I have it 1-5-6-1. We'll see if that's the official scoring. It is. First time he's been caught at third base in his career.
Now, you keep all those scorecards, right? You take them home with you?
I used to. I don't anymore.
Oh, you don't anymore?
I try to keep them for the season.
Because I was going to say, all right, a month from now, you pick that up, you see 1-5-6-1. That would remind you of that play?
Probably.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
Three and 0. And Grisham works a walk. And Kevin Cass said, okay, you've done your work, Zach. So with LeMahieu coming up, he signals to the bullpen. Looks like it's going to be Zuber. So Littell giving up 9 hits, 5 runs, and 2 runners on base. His responsibility. Yankees lead by 4. Brought to you by Prevagen. Now, I didn't talk to the truck about this. These are the clues. I'm going to guess right on the air. I could be wrong. Eric Hinsky.
Wow.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
You took your Prevagen before me because mine haven't kicked in yet.
There was a run that Eric Hinsky, every team he was on, would go to the World Series.
Wow. You know, you could have given me 10 clues or pick them out of a hat, and I wouldn't have
Really?
Eric Hinsky. Yeah.
All right, so this is Tyler Zuber's first Major League appearance since 2021 with Kansas City. Littell will watch to see if he strands the base runners he left over. So let's see if LeMahieu can get on a streak now after the home run and build on it. So Zuber was called up yesterday when Ryan Pepio went on the IL with a right knee infection. It was so infected that he had to go to the hospital, and he's been released today. So Zuber, who's 29 years old, landed with the Long Island Ducks in Indy ball. Pitched in 6 games with the Ducks, 1.59 ERA, then signed with the Rays on May 14th.
Yeah, you hear about like a knee infection. You just wonder if it was from an injection or a cut or something. It takes you all the way back. Mickey Mantle had that a couple times. Right?
Pretty promising young pitcher. Hope he's okay. 3-1 on LeMahieu. And LeMahieu works a walk to load the bases. You know, we talked about Hinsky being a World Series guy. 2007, he was on the World Series team with the Red Sox that won the title. 2008, he was with Tampa Bay. They won the World Series, they lost. And then 2009 with the Yankees in the World Series, and they won. That's a nice run.
3 years in a row, yeah.
3 different teams.
That's the weird part of it, huh?
Yeah, you were always in the World Series, but you made the habit of staying with the same team.
Yeah. Riding the coattails of Jeter and Bernie and the rest of the guys.
Subway Series starts tomorrow. All looking forward to that. David Cohn will join us in the booth. We'll go with the 3-man.
You get a lot of insight on the Mets from Coney from his old days, too, right?
Absolutely. Here's Ben Rice. 1-0. There must be nerves involved for Zuber, having not been in the big leagues for 3 years. Independent ball. And here he is in Yankee Stadium. And he pumps in a strike. 97 miles an hour. Guy pitching in Indy. Every pitcher throws 97. It's amazing.
I don't know if the gun's stuck or if it just registers 97. We should go down there and heave one and see what we get.
I think we'd have 97 days on the IL.
You know, we'd combine ours. I'd throw one, you throw one, and we'd combine our totals. We'd be right there.
I think we'd be close.
50, 47.
You'd probably go in at 55. I'd come in maybe 40, 42.
You're telling me I don't even break the speed limit anymore. I don't know if you remember this, but I think it was the first year I retired. We were doing games, and you were looking at me like I was crazy when I said how easy it was to throw a ball from home plate into the right field bleachers.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did it. A couple days later, I look at that now, it's like me trying to throw it up to that Delta sign. It's just impossible.
So from home plate now, after, you've been retired now 23 years.
Yeah.
From home plate, you heave it as far as you can. How far into the outfield do you think it goes?
Well, I'm trying to think if my arm or the ball will go farther. You give me a couple of weeks. I don't know if this old wing could get in shape again to throw or not. It's just been so long.
Holds up, 3-2. So you can start the merry-go-round. 3-2, bases loaded, 2 outs. Yankees looking to really put some distance between themselves and the Rays.
Yeah, 3-2, 2 outs right here. This could change the game as far as putting it away for the Yankees. Could break it wide open.
Strike 3. Bryce down looking. He could not believe the call by Junior Valentine. No runs, 2 hits, and the bases are left loaded. Coverage cam. Carlos Rodon has given the Yankees what they needed. He has really pitched well. Just made that one mistake. He's given up 2 hits and the home run to Siri, but he has all of his pitches working.
You know what? I thought he pitched a little bit differently today, but back to his pitches, yeah, his fastball's been good, and his curveball's been excellent. He's tried a few changeups. He really hadn't had to go to it, but it's not fastball, slider. It's been slider to get ahead, then maybe fastball. So there's some kind of question in the minds of Tampa Bay hitters today, which sometimes you don't see from Rodon.
So here's a Rosarena. And that got Austin Wells, and a Rosarena is looking over him.
You take the tape off and redo it. Sometimes that tape can be too tight, or can start to bind you a little bit. So you just take it off and kind of redo it. Hopefully nothing else is feeling any worse. We've had a couple. We got a wrist and a foul ball in the same play.
Ooh. And that's going to happen more and more because they want the catchers closer and closer to steal strikes.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to get hit with the backswing. The 0-1. 1-1. Rosarena is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly ball to left. Hit sharply and right at LeMahieu. 1 away.
What had that sound? The ball was laced down the line. DJ LeMahieu looked like he was actually guarding the line. The balls have been getting down the field, but right at him. Good break for Rodon.
So here's Lau. He has struggled against Rodon. He worked a walk in the second, then struck out in the 5th. Didn't even look comfortable in the walk. Rodon has him off balance. 0-2.
Yeah, again, Rodon from a lefty's perspective as a hitter, you'll pick him up well because he's kind of over the top. but he throws hard enough that you got to look straight fastball, and that makes that breaking ball much more effective.
Swing and a miss. Loud down on strikes, 2 away.
You just can't say how good these pitches are. I mean, that's his 9th strikeout on the day. Another breaking ball, just a great pitch. Ends up exactly where Wells is set up, off the plate away.
Here's Siri. This is the only game going on right now in the big leagues. All the other games at night. It's a pretty full slate, but everything's at night.
Yeah, I think we're broadcasting for the old Chicago Cubs, where we got day games every day. Huh? Kind of
like that, right?
Kind of like it, huh?
Well, you like it because you can have dinner. That's it.
Oh, don't bring it up. Dinner means nothing to me, Mike.
2-1. 3-1. Two on Siri. Siri and his home run with 1 out in the 5th. That was the first hit allowed by Rodon. There'd only been 1 previous base runner, the walk by Lau. So far, just 2 hits in 6 2/3 innings. And he works a walk.
If you're Rodon and Wells, you just think, how can you take this pitch? 3-2. You just showed me a fastball away that just missed, and now this breaking ball down and in just misses. It's just a solid at bat.
Canley's starting to heat up.
This would be a great inning for Rodon to get through. Matt Blake coming out. Trying to settle him down and give him a little more time out in the bullpen. But what you always want as a starter to finish an inning. This would be a big pick-me-up for the Yankees starting rotation, and also for Rodon. After the way he went into the All-Star break, he's been really good today.
Looks like Rodon's enjoying himself today. So much of his stuff is working. He's pitched economically. The most pitches he threw was 20 in the 5th inning. That was when he gave up the home run. And now here's Jose Caballero.
It's all about concentration. You've got your great stuff today. Finish this inning out. I mean, you've got the bullpen up, so you know that chances are if Caballero gets away from you, you're out of the game. And like I said, 7 strong here would be a feather in his cap.
Got that fastball by him, dialed it up to 97 on his 98th pitch.
Yeah, we talked about him coming in today's game in 7 days rest, and you wonder if he's rusty. It looks like it's really helped him because his velocity has been great, and his breaking ball has been as good as you've seen it all year. I think, Mike, a little fastball out of the strike zone or a little slider down and in?
I go slider in the dirt, down and in.
Yeah, I'm with you. I was just testing you, see if we're on the same wavelength today.
We had it right, just not in the dirt. 2-2.
Caballero, he must be listening to our broadcast because he took that ball down and in.
I think he has the pitch com dialed into us.
Is that it?
Yep. Strike three. A season-high 10th strikeout for Carlos Rodon. No runs, no hits, no errors, and one man left on base. At the end of 6.5 innings of play, Yankees lead the Rays 5-1. But we're going to stay right here as they honor America here in the Bronx.
Your attention, please. Ladies and gentlemen, will you rise and remove your caps? Today, the New York Yankees are honoring as their veteran of the game, United States Army Specialist Third Class, William Ferguson, from Avon by the Sea, New Jersey, who served in World War II. The Yankees say to William, "Thank you for your sacrifice and service to our nation." And now, please join us in singing along with Robert Merrill's rendition of "God Bless America."
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet
you guys. 5-9-0 for the Yanks, 1-2-0 for Tampa Bay. Littell lasted 2 outs into the 6th. Siri with a solo home run, the only run for the Rays against Rodon, who's been great. Yankees have had home runs from Wells, Volpe, and LeMahieu. So we start the bottom of the 7th inning here in the Bronx, and Juan Soto will lead it off. He's 1 for 3. Jumps on the first pitch and fouls it away. Doesn't it seem like Soto just has a blast playing baseball?
Yeah, you see those smiles from young kids that just can't hold it in. I mean, sure, he's still young. He's 25 years old, but he's been in the league, seems like forever, and he still carries that same joy to be on the field that he did from day one.
And it's weird because there are players that are outstanding players. You were an outstanding player. You never look that happy on the field. But he plays with this joie de vivre. Yeah. It's amazing. That one's drilled deep to right field. There it goes. See ya. Oh, what a blast by Soto. He's having fun now. 6-1 Yankees. And he's taking his time, Paul.
My goodness, I'm taking my time trying to figure out where this one landed. His 24th of the year. You know what, Michael? It must be fun to be this good. You know that? I mean, he just every single day shows something different and how good he is at the plate. What a blast. You know, I kind of lost it. It's a little hazy today. Did it get to the upper deck?
That was 37 seconds around the bases. I think the Yankees got together and said if they're going to take forever going around the bases, we'll do the same thing.
Yeah, it's definitely it's been a game going back and forth. When you get down to the bottom of it, Michael, the only game it really matters is when you look up there and see the Yankees are up 6-1. And you can't say enough on how good Rodon was today. And starting the second half with an outing like this can only help.
Judge with a little Reggie look there. Hardly ever falls down on a swing.
Yeah, let's see if he lost his balance. Yeah, ankle kind of turned over a little bit. Better to fall down than to have that ankle kind of twist.
And the 1-2. 2-2. The 2-2. So the home run traveled 424 feet. Now that's right down the line.
Yeah, I just, I don't know how accurate those distances are, but I mean, that is an absolute bomb. You just don't see balls up there.
24th of the year, 68th ribby. Another multi-hit game for him, a double and a home run. Fly ball, center field. Siri puts it away. Let's take a look at the home run, Paul.
Well, right down the middle. Great hitters don't miss it. He's just trying to steer it. It stays fair. And it went a long way. I think that went in the upper deck.
No, I think it went in the suite level.
Okay.
Right under the upper deck. Strike to Wells. Little Carlton Fish from the other side. Using the tongue, too.
Steering it with everything he's got. just uses his legs and his hips so well. You know, most people have to really worry about where their hands are, the bat, all these things. He uses his lower body so much, it's, you know, his hands and back just kind of follow. You better stop, baseball. You're going to get it hit real hard. Yep, I told you.
Two pretty good players right there. I mean, for people of a certain age, if you sit back and you wonder, I wonder what it was like, you know, Maris and Mantle.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it was like, man.
And you're not exaggerating, because of all the graphics we put up, those are the kind of names. Garrett, Ruth, DiMaggio, man. I mean, those are the names that are on all the graphics.
And no disrespect to any of the great players of the past, it's harder to hit now than it's ever been. It just is.
Numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
I mean, what is it, 240, 243?
243 is the game is hitting 243, and these guys are mashing. That one is drilled to right field. That is going to get down and up against the wall. DeLuca fields and fires in quickly, holding Austin Wells to a single. That's his third hit of the afternoon. America's Heroes need your help. Donate $11 a month to the Tunnel to Towers Foundation at T2T.org. That's going to bring up Anthony Volpe. Anthony is 2 for 3. 6 for 13 in the series against Tampa Bay. And a strike. One and one. Fly ball, right field. DeLuca back on the track. He's going to make the play in front of the wall. Two outs, bringing up Verdugo.
Well, it's been so amazing to see when the Yankees get ahead early, which they did today, two runs up in the second inning, how much more relaxed, how much better the at-bats are up and down the lineup. I mean, you're just seeing great at-bats from Volpe, LeMahieu, Wells, obviously Soto hit one to the moon. I mean, it's just a different team when they get ahead early.
0-1 on Verdugo. Broken 0 for 20 with a single left field in the sixth. Now he'll try to build on that. 1-1. On Verdugo. Yankees have 11 hits. 4 of them home runs. 2-2 to Alex. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Yankees lead 6-1. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Tyler Zuber on the mound in relief of Zach Littell. Inside outs it the other way, foul. Yankees trying to split this 4-game set before the Mets come into town for a 2-game Subway Series. The Bronx Park. Swing and a miss. Verdugo down on strikes. Juan Soto, the numbers say he's one of the greats, and he decided to try to hit one to the Grand Concourse. He's watching, hoping it stayed fair, leaving it fair. Oh, it was fair, and it was spectacular. Stadium on Sunday, August 4th, and join the Yankees as they help the New York Football Giants celebrate their 100th season. First 18,000 guests in attendance are going to receive a special Eli Manning in Yankees uniform bobblehead, courtesy of Duncan. Tickets are going fast, so get yours today at Yankees.com. Eli will be in attendance that day. He's going to throw out the first pitch, and he'll be up in the booth with us.
Of course.
Hyundai scoreboard 6-1. Yankees lead. They have 4 home runs on the day. A magnificent blast by Soto, and Tommy Kahnle will take over for Rodon, who was excellent through 7. Well, a sad note for our Yankee family. It's really impossible to relate to you how much love and respect there is throughout baseball for Omar Minaya. He's in the Yankee front office, and he lost his wife, Rachel, on Saturday. And the Yankees had a moment of silence for Rachel before the game. Omar obviously devastated, his 2 sons as well, a sudden passing of his wife. So we send out our love and our condolences to Omar and his family. It's just awful, awful news that I know has really touched everybody in baseball, because that's how much Omar is beloved.
Yeah, I mean, we have so many words in the English language, but when you have times like this, there's really nothing you can say. It's heartbreaking.
Oh, 0-2 on DeLuca. Yeah, that's always the most awkward letter to write or note to write, because what are the words? There are no words. There's nothing to make you feel better. So just know, Omar, that everyone's thoughts are with you. Two and 2 on DeLuca. We're in the 8th inning. It's 6-1 Yankees over the Rays as the Yankees trying to split this 4-game set. Popped up, shallow right. Soto says to Cabrera, let me take this.
I got a good day going.
Let me get a put out. You know, Paul, I mentioned the Mets are coming into town tomorrow night and Wednesday night. They had a very, very interesting and, really tough road trip. 3 games in Boston, and then 3 games against what many argue is the best team in baseball, the Philadelphia Phillies at Citizens Bank Park. So that's going to be interesting to see how they come out of that stretch. There it is. And then they'll have 3 games at home against the Blue Jays when they come off the road. One and one on Alex Jackson.
You remember the last time we saw the Mets, Michael, everybody in that lineup was swinging the bat well. So, a lot of pressure is going to be on. We've talked about the Yankee pitching, especially the starting pitching, to shut that team down, give this offense an opportunity. What a way to go into it after the start you saw from Rodon today.
And the Mets have the final game of their 4-game wraparound set against the Marlins tonight. And they've lost 2 of 3 to Miami. And the one game they won was 1-0. High-fly ball, left field. And Verdugo puts it away to retire Jackson. Back to the top of the order, and Rosario. Yankee pitching has held Tampa Bay to just 2 hits, one of them by Rosario. That's a single, and then the home run by Siri, the only blemish against the Yankee pitching. But when you look at this game, you're going to talk about the home runs, the big blast by Soto, but you have to be really heartened by the performance by Rodon.
I'm thinking the same thing, Michael. We're on the same page. I mean, these home runs, these hits, they mean nothing unless you've got a good quality start where, you've got a lead. And Rodon's breaking ball to me and pitching somewhat differently, starting guys off with the breaking ball, then the fastball. I just think that he looks so much more in control today, and the breaking ball is as good as you've seen it.
1-2 on Rosario. Yankees only get their first win with a Rodon start in 7 starts and get him into double figures win-wise. Now we're talking about his breaking ball against his slider today. The Rays were 0 for 8 with 7 strikeouts.
Yeah, it was very effective, especially when he was getting ahead, he was pitching. He just looked like totally under control. One of those days where it's got to be fun to pitch, where, your bread and butter pitchers are really good.
Over the mound. And Volpe and Cabrera run into each other, and that allows Rosario to reach. They have not worked together that much, and you can see it right there a bit.
Yeah, obviously a much easier play for Volpe cutting in front, but then he got clipped by Cabrera. Took him off balance. Rosario runs well, so right then you've got no shot. Ball not hit hard enough to really recover.
Pitch pitch to Paredes is upstairs, 1-0. Strangely, they have not scored that yet. Still 2 hits on the board for the Rays. Not sure how you could give an error on that. Who would you give it to? Cabrera for running into him?
Yeah, I got a thing. It wasn't hit hard. It was just, in the right spot in between 2 players. I'm going to give him a hit, Michael, and just go with it.
I would think so. Good changeup, 2-1. Paredes is 0 for 3 and 1 for 15 in this series. Swing and a miss. 3-2. So that releases Rosario. They do finally put up a hit for him. So Rosario will go 3-2, 2 outs. Here in the 8th, 6-1 Yankees. And the pitch. Volpe was going to go to second, goes to first, gets Paredes there for the final out. No runs a hit, and 1 man left. Let's go to the bottom of the 8th. Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta, keep climbing. And by Ford, the official SUV of the Yankees. Hyundai scoreboard 6-1. Yankees over the Rays. Take a look at Giancarlo Stanton there. He could return any day now and really lengthen this lineup and help the guys talking to out, too. Not that he needs much help.
The lineup just looks different with Stanton in the middle of it. Just because that, he's got the ability to hit the ball out of the ballpark. He's got the ability, and he was doing it well this year, to drive in runs, be productive.
Kevin Kelly, new pitcher for the Rays, as Cabrera fouls it back.
I think that Aaron Boone has done a good job by, and you mentioned it earlier, by, DHing Aaron Judge a lot recently, because all of a sudden when Stanton does get back, that DH spot's pretty much gone, and Aaron Judge is going to be in the outfield, which is not a bad thing. Aaron Judge is a great outfielder, but right now he's able to keep his bat in the lineup and save his legs a little bit because, hopefully when Stanton comes back, he stays in and he's your everyday DH.
1-2 on Cabrera. Cabrera, Grisham, and LeMahieu. Here in the bottom of the 8th, Jake Cousins warming for the Yankees. If it's a 5-run lead, anything more, also, it's going to be Cousins. And another day off.
Yeah, that's surprising. They messed up my...
There's a base hit. Kind of knuckled out there past the diving Lau.
I messed up my scouting report saying you'd see Clay Holmes. Well, Aaron Boone's going to roll the dice and think maybe he'll need him twice against the Mets. But another quality at bat from Cabrera. Hit the ball hard. Hopefully it'll find a hole. Lau gives it a good attempt. That's going to be a tough play either way if he catches it or not.
Second hit for Oswaldo. Making 2 straight starts. See if they keep him in the lineup tomorrow or they go back to Glaber and LeMahieu. Here's Grisham, 0 for 2 with a walk. He swings and misses.
Too much Grisham. I don't know that I've ever seen this. He has a thumb on the top hand, like on the side of the bat. And every once in a while you see he doesn't really release the bat. And it's because that thumb is tucked against it, almost like a golf club.
Lines it into left field for a base hit.
And you see that thumb is straight up the barrel of the bat instead of over. It kind of guides it, but it doesn't really allow that top hand to really roll over. Good swing there, taking the ball the other way.
Here's LeMahieu, home run and a strikeout, and he tries to bunt and bunts foul. Check out the Chevy play of the game.
Well, it took a while, but you know what? DJ LeMahieu will take it. So we're going to give this the play of the game, his first home run of the year. Hopefully a few more to come.
So Cousins is ready. And if the Yankees put up a big number, it makes it even easier. And another bunt. 0-2. We're kind of curious. You're up by 5.
Yeah, he's definitely doing this on his own, just trying to move the guys over and try to put this game out of hand. But now you put yourself in a hole. 0-2.
Swing and a miss. Paul, he kind of struck himself out there.
Yeah, I mean, he spotted in 2 strikes, obviously not getting the bunt down, and I hadn't seen the breaking ball. That breaking ball off the plate away. You see DJ LeMahieu, that front hip just kind of gone, and that's not his usual swing. Trying to just foul that pitch off, a nasty pitch off the plate.
So here's Ben Rice. He is 0 for 4. You know, Ben's had some big hits. In this series, he's 1 for 15, but he's 4 for his last 43, and he has a lot of strikeouts. And he's not a strikeout guy in the minors. What do you think's happening?
Well, it looks like he's kind of tilting a little bit over, which, you know, causes you to slide uppercut. And I haven't watched his swinging up, but you see he kind of dives into the ball, which is kind of make you swing under the ball at times, especially on the inside pitch. See, watch the barrel of the bat. It's underneath the baseball. So even if he hits it hard, he's going to kind of hook it foul. And it just is caused by, you know, that front shoulder kind of tipping forward a little bit.
Could that be a product of the 3 home run game where he becomes homer happy?
Sure. I mean, you know what? Who wouldn't want to have another day like that? But you really have to realize and go back to those videos and see where you were. You know, I hit those home runs. This is where I was when the ball got in the hitting area. This is where I want to be. And every once in a while, that's what all I see is a little kind of a tipping of his upper body, which is going to cause you to get under the ball and have tough trouble, especially on the inside pitch. again, Michael, it's so easy up here. You know, that ball's not, it doesn't come in 95 or 100. You know, it just, we see it on a monitor, we see it live, but when you're up there, things happen so quick.
Two and two on Rice. Still 2-2 as he fouls that one back.
Yeah, that's the pitch right there. I think as long as he doesn't, if he doesn't correct that, he's going to have trouble getting to it, because as you tip, it puts you in a position where you have to pull your hands in to get to that ball on the inner half.
Two. Strike three. Rice down looking. 2 away. That'll bring up Juan Soto. We'll take a look at his home run on StatCast 3D by Google Cloud. 112.1 exit velocity, traveled 424 feet, right down the line, right inside the pole, right into a luxury box. They weren't expecting a souvenir up there. That one is drilled to right field, and that ball is gone. More conventional, short porch, second home run for Soto, and the Yankees are leading 9-1.
Talk about his smiles. You know, why wouldn't you smile if you're able to do this? Almost at will. Juan Soto, 24th home run, 25th home run, and still smiling.
He is 11 for 18 in this series. 11 for 18. Pitch to Judge is a strike.
Again, just a fastball right there, and off the bat. You know, just how far is it going to go? It's a line drive. You knew it was out of here.
Hit shortly and past the diving Caballero for a base hit. Judge with his second hit of the game.
You talked about body. Look where he is position-wise. Just he uses his lower half so well. Like I said earlier, a lot of guys have to worry about where their upper half is, where the bat, where their hands. His bottom half does all the work and just kind of whips that bat through the strike zone.
Wells fouls it away. Wells has 3 hits today.
You know, some things in life, Michael, you just can't learn. You can get better at, but some people are just born to do things better. And Juan Soto is one of those guys that's just born to be a great hitter.
25 home runs now, 71 ribbies, 311 batting average. Not holding Judge at first with 2 outs, and the Yankees leading 9-1. The 0-2, still 0-2.
Just a 4-seam fastball. Your voice all right, Michael?
I'm good, yeah.
You've had a couple calls today.
Wells catching his 4th straight game, and he has 3 hits, so certainly not fatigued. Squibb down the third baseline, hugging the line, and just missed the bag. I'm surprised it stayed fair as long as it did.
Well, that would have been a beauty right there if it hit the bag. Look at the spin on that baseball. You talk about why you don't want to catch one barehanded the other day. That will tear your hand up.
Well, you're talking about that foul ball back in the booth?
Yeah.
That had no spin.
Oh, yeah.
It had some oomph to it. I think it's bothering you. If bring it up again, it's bothering you. I think your friends are picking on you, and that's bothering you. Frank and Mary probably mentioned it, too.
Frank was out fishing today. He has no clue what happened today. You know, it was interesting. I was talking to Wells today in the cage, like I said, and I said, you know, you're in there again today. He said, yeah. I said, did you catch every day in the minor leagues? Did they allow you to do that? He said, no, I was in there every day. A lot of them were DH, but, you know, it's not like you get complete days off. So he's used to being out there every single day. This is nothing new for him.
Well, that'll do it here in the 8th. The Yankees put up a 3 spot. This man's had himself a day. He's had himself a week. This is his first home run, and this one more conventional into the short porch. What a day for Juan Soto. What a baseball career, and he's only 25. Yes, is brought to you in part by Bigelow, the official hot tea of the Yankees, and by the New York Lottery. Get out there and play. The nice bounce-back day for the Yankees after losing the last 2 against the Rays, and that man's been right in the middle of it. 2 of the 5 home runs off his bat. And now Jake Cousins will try to get the final 3 outs and split this 4-game set. Meade will start it off against Cousins. Upstairs, 1-0. It's the last time the Yankees and the Rays will meet. This is the earliest that any 2 teams, division rivals in baseball, have finished their series this year. The first 2 teams to do that. Popped up. The play, and if the Yankees hold on, they'll go 7-6, and they would have won the series. Well, fans, after the final out, you have to get highlights, analysis, clubhouse interviews, and you'll hear from the manager. That's Aaron Boone. Plus, a look ahead to the series at the Mets. That's all coming up on the W.B. Mason Yankees postgame. And there's no postgame better than a birthday postgame by Meredith.
Oh,
yeah. See what happened here.
Yeah, Rosarina got hit, and obviously with all the slow home run trots, I mean, this is obviously unintentional. It's 9-1. The Yankees are trying to finish this thing up and go home. And he has had a big series. 2-seamer just caught him on the arm guard there on the elbow.
And the pitch to Lau is a strike. No contact day for Lau. 0 for 2 and a walk. The 2, both strikeouts. Down to the count 0-2. One and two. Now 2-2. Volpe shades up the middle for the lefty swinging Lau. Arozarena leads off first. Yankees playing behind him with the 8-run lead. Yankees have 15 hits on the game. Rays 3. So the 21st multi-home run game for Soto. So of those aged 25 or younger, the most all-time is by Mel Ott of the Giants with 24. And today ties him with Eddie Matthews. So a couple of Hall of Famers. And if his career continues to go on this arc, he doesn't have to get any better. He's going to Cooperstown. He's going to the Hall of Fame.
Both Ott and Matthews, both in the 500 home run club, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good club to be in.
And that's an unusual stat, because when you really break down what Soto is, he's not a home run hitter. And he's never put up huge home run totals. He's always consistent. He puts up a lot, but he doesn't have like 40, 50 home run seasons. Not that guy.
He's got a very level swing, and, you know, he won't get away from his approach. I mean, early in the series, he was wearing out left center. And all of a sudden, you know, sooner or later you see a ball up the middle, or not ball up the middle. We saw that in a double play at the end of the game, Michael. Let's just talk about what happened here today. Huh?
And also, Cousins lost his glove, little Charlie Brown move there. But it turned into an inning-ending, game-ending double play. And now Soto can revel in the fact that he hit 2 home runs, one to the Bronx Moon, and the Yankees split the 4-game set. Wait for the Mets to come in.
Well, you always think as you look at this play, and you're right, blew his glove off right to Volpe. Ends up a good day, but it always starts with good starting pitching and an excellent outing by Rodon, probably as good as he's been all year, and that's a very welcome sight for the Yankees here in the second half. Mets coming in, like I said, Michael, maybe a little revenge. We'll see what happens.
The Yankees have 2 pretty good pitchers going against them, Luis Gil and Garrett Cole. And you know what? Judge and Soto plan to be in the lineup, so it should be fun. We'll come back, we'll give out awards, and we have the post game with Bob and Meredith and John.